Hello and welcome to the Iron Oath. This is a turn-based tactical RPG in Steam Early Access, and if you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. So we're going to be starting a new campaign straight away, and we're going to be creating our mercenary company. So what are we going to be calling ourselves? Well, probably this. Oh yes, fantastic. And your title, you can also change your title, look at that. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, I think I'll probably go for... Galactic Emperor. No, that. No. Probably not the best idea. What about Emperor then? What about something like that? I think that sounds quite funny. Okay, so I find it quite amusing that they can actually. That you can actually enter your title, at least initially. I think that's really cool. Anyway, let me see if I can pick a good sigil for us right here. I'm looking for a bear. Or I'm looking for something that looks relatively, well, in keeping with my style at the moment. I'm not seeing anything right now. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I think that seems pretty cool. And we can also change the sigil color. Obviously, that's going to be very important. I'd like to go for sort of like maybe a black and white, maybe something like that. Ooh, can the background be black? I think it might be. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that is looking real nice. Okay, skip opening prologue mission. No, we're going to be playing that. We are going to be playing with Iron Man mode on, I think, and we can also choose the difficulty. So you can see here, you have a difficulty preset. You can start with Custom Adventurer, Battle Hardened, Warlord. So if you want to customize absolutely every single thing about the game, then you have the ability to do that, which is actually really cool. Anyway, we're going to be playing on Adventurer difficulty. This is kind of, well, normal difficulty, I suppose. For those new to the Iron Oath or turn-based tactical RPG, is a good place to start if this is your first campaign. While still a challenge, there will be more opportunities to recover from a few setbacks. You start with 1500 gold, fewer enemies that have less HP than other difficulties, and in dungeons, new time mods every 20 time seconds or whatever it is. Anyway, let's start the campaign. In an era all but forgotten, the gods once lived alongside humanity in the heart of Caelum. However, an unknown cataclysmic event plunged the world into a dark age. History was lost to time, and so too were the gods. In their absence, a rebuilding humanity was left to contend with the emergence of a great being of darkness from the void. Every few decades, in an event called the Scourge, the dragon's arrival would bring death and disease to the land. Those afflicted by the dragon's blight would lose their minds and bodies as they slowly became abominations of flesh and outcasts to society, known as the Blighted. Despite centuries of effort from the Vanguard Order and the realm's greatest heroes, no lasting victory against the dragon could be achieved. Humanity has now come to accept the inevitability of the Scourge as part of life, enduring, or in some cases, thriving despite it. With whispers of an impending scourge circulating, you and your company find yourselves in a burial crypt not far from the city of Andalon. A simple retrieval of smuggled supplies, or at least, that's what your employer had promised. Oh, we've got some real stylish art going on here as well. I really love high quality pixel art, actually. And yeah, here we go. Okay, so damned grave robbers, stay sharp. No doubt his companions will have heard that. Everyone stands still, tensions rising as they grip their weapons tight and scan the room for further hostiles. You hear a muffled shout from someone in an adjacent corridor, likely directed toward their now deceased associate. The sound of quickening footsteps soon follows, and three figures burst through a doorway at the far side of the room. Shit, should I go and alert the others? Urix shakes his head, eyes fixed on the enemy. No time for that. We've no choice but to fight. Begin combat. Alright, let's do this. And Urix must survive by the looks of things as well. Okay, so you can obviously look around with WSD. You can also pan by holding mouse 3, which is the mouse wheel, and moving the mouse. I like using WSD, so that's what we're going to do. Turn-based tactical RPG, as I said at the start. Then on their turn, each character can move as many hexes as their movement stat allows. By moving onto a green hex, they can still perform an action afterwards, such as attacking or casting a spell or firing a bow or something like that. To cover more ground, they can sprint. You can swap places with an ally by moving onto their location. Swapping is useful for setting up attacks or for getting an ally out of harm's way. That's actually super useful. I wonder whether that... no, it probably doesn't trigger attacks of opportunity, right? Don't think it will. By holding shift, you can draw a custom movement route. Ooh, now that could be useful too. To undo a movement, click the undo button on the hotbar, or press the hotkey assigned to it, which is E at the moment. If you take damage or trigger a stage hazard, you will be unable to undo your movement. Let's move the Stormcaller into cover by clicking the left mouse button on the indicated hex. In other words, let's move it there. This is a caster by the looks of things. If you don't have a desirable action to perform, you can delay a character's turn until the end of the round by hitting the wait button. Alternatively, you can end a character's turn by using the guard action, which provides a temporary bonus to defense and evasion. Click the wait button. Alright, so that's C, so I'm just going to press C on that. Your character's abilities have a limited number of charges available, so it is important to plan wisely and use them effectively. So it's very similar to spell slots, I suppose. Charges can be restored by camping or by using certain provisions. With the enemy advancing on us, we can set a trap by using the Pyro Lancer's Return to Cinder ability on the indicated hex, which is indeed 3. So we will use that right here. Ooh, now that's cool. We're setting a trap. Oh, I like it. Oh, wow, they're doing some pretty good damage to us right there. Boom. Nice trap. Didn't seem to do that much damage, though, unfortunately. Maybe he's afflicted with some kind of debuff? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, as you can see, it's important to pay attention to any potential hazards when positioning your units. Some abilities are able to push or pull targets. Oh, okay, so there are environmental kills? Is that true? Yes, there are environmental kills. That's actually amazing. Okay, yeah, so we now have the ability to move the Pugilist into position and use his Crescent Wave ability to push the enemy into the pit. Okay, so the Pugilist is going to be moving over here. Oh, now this is cool. I like this. Okay, and we can now push him over there. Boom, and there he goes. Now that is real fun. All right. So we can now move over here. Okay, so we're flanking. We're doing a flanking action right there. Every character on the battlefield exerts a zone of control on hexes adjacent to their position. A unit cannot leave the zone. Okay, so yes, as I said before, there are attacks of opportunity. This mechanic helps to lock down enemies and prevent them from reaching your more vulnerable characters. Okay, very, very useful indeed. And each character has a basic attack which has unlimited uses. While unique abilities are guaranteed to hit their target, basic attacks are subject to an accuracy and evasion check. Perform a basic attack by pressing left mouse button. There we go. Not bad damage, considering, and we actually did hit as well, so that's actually quite nice. Most attacks and abilities are subject to a line of sight check. When targeting, a red eye indicates that there is no line of sight, while a yellow eye indicates partial. Large obstacles such as pillars can block line of sight entirely. When a character has no vision of an enemy, they are unable to directly target them. Alright. Smaller obstacles such as a barrel, crate, or character will partially obscure line of sight under the right circumstances. A target who is partially visible will receive 50% less damage from attacks. That's actually kind of significant. By taking cover directly behind a small obstacle, you can look over the obstacle and gain full vision of an enemy while remaining only partially visible in return. The Stormcaller's Conduit ability can devastate a single enemy from range, but takes a few turns to channel. You can see where a channel will finish by looking at the blue indicator arrow on the turn order. Okay, so that's going to be very, very useful. Alright, so we're going to be using Conduit right here on the Archer by the looks of things, and that's going to take a while. I know it's actually not going to take too long, but the enemy is going to get quite a significant amount of attacks on us by that time. With the nearest enemy stunned, the Pyro Lancer can safely move past their zone of control without incurring an attack of opportunity. They can also be avoided by using abilities that incorporate movement or by utilizing the swap action. Yes, exactly. That's what I was talking about before, where I was wondering whether they would trigger attacks of opportunity, but, well, quite obviously they don't. Let's aid the Guardian and sprint to engage her target. Let's do that. There we go. Alright, quick draw. He's taking some pretty significant damage right now, actually. Look at him. He's the one that's got to survive. Whoa, now that was some big damage right there. That was some big damage. Okay, so we know that the Conduit is very, very good by the looks of things. Let's push this guy. Never mind. Doesn't need to get pushed. Just got punched in the face. Your Pugilist has killed an enemy and gained morale. Morale is displayed by the white bar on each character's portrait. It represents their mood and attitude. towards the current mission. So you can see the white bar here. For example, Yurik currently has a 65 mood or attitude towards this mission. Morale is gained and lost through various combat triggers. Landing a killing blow will increase morale, while suffering a critical strike from an enemy will lower it. A character with low morale will take longer to recover from a mission and will also lose loyalty towards the company. Targets are considered flanked whenever you occupy 2 opposing hexes around the location. All attacks against flanked targets deal extra damage and cannot miss. Fantastic. Let's move the Guardian into a flanking position. So let's move her over there, and we're going to be attacking. Boom. Nice. Extra damage. Alright, so I don't think I really need to do we need to do anything with this guy? No, we can just attack from range. There you go. Boom! That was some massive damage. Okay, so it seems like the Pyro Lancer does so much damage. Really, really nice to see that. And we're going to be looting everything. Yurik sheaths his weapon, gazing around the room to make sure all are unarmed. Everyone alright then? Clodimir gestures at some blood on Yurik's arm. Never mind us, you've certainly looked better. Yurik glances down at his injury and scoffs. What this? He wipes at the blood, making a smeary mess of it. Nothing time won't heal, I'll be fine. You turn as a familiar voice rings out distantly behind you, though the words are unclear. Is that you, Vaughn? Vaughn dashes into the room and stops, kneeling over to catch his breath. He looks up with a relieved smile. Glad to see you're all still with us. We heard the fighting, figured you could handle it, but I didn't want to take the chance. And the others? Vaughn points back in the direction he came from. Torin and the rest are still searching. Surely there are better places to stash supplies, but I suppose those smugglers had little choice. At least we're getting paid well to retrieve them. We've been in worse situations. Aye, that we have, boss. Was just hoping my last job would be free of surprises. I can't fault you for wanting out, but I wish you'd reconsider. Vaughn smiles faintly and places a firm hand on Yurik's shoulder. This life takes a toll, my friend. I've seen more death than any man should. His face goes dark for a brief moment, remembering all the friends you've lost. Your trusted advisor Alaric steps out from beside you with hands raised, bringing a halt to the conversation. All right now, there's plenty of time for talk later. It's going to take a while to scour this place, even with the others' help. Right. I'd better get back to Torin and the rest before they find themselves lost. Watch your backs. There may be more of those thieves in here, or worse yet. Vaughn looks back over his shoulder, nodding in agreement. Let's get moving. Alright, so we have dungeon exploration now, and this costs time. The passage of time can have harsh consequences, and is represented by the time meter. We should begin exploring. Alright, let's do it. Scouting can be useful in order to spot enemies, traps, and other surprises that may await you. By scouting an enemy location, you prevent them from being able to ambush you. It does cost extra time, however, so it should be used sparingly. Alright, so let's scout ahead over there. Okay, so we can see there is a chest here, which is actually quite nice. When interacting with an exploration event, you'll often have multiple choices available to you, sometimes costing various amounts of time. Your characters will have their own opinion on the choices you make, which can affect their overall loyalty to the company. Some actions require a stat check, and the character with the highest relevant attribute will be chosen for the task. The character in question will give you feedback to help you gauge their chance of success. If you have any tools with you, they can be consumed to boost the chances of a successful action. You spot a discarded pack up ahead, likely dropped in haste by the grave robbers when you alerted them. Don't expect much of value, but it's not like they'll be coming back to claim it. Alright, so we can obviously now... So our Pyro Lancer does not particularly like this, but our Guardian does. We're going to take it. Yeah, there we go. Gisla likes that. Okay, so we received a small health potion, received a bandage and some tools, and Clodimir does not like it. But, you know, what can we do? Alright, provisions can be used both in and out of combat. While exploring, you can access your provision inventory in the bottom left menu or by pressing I. Like other actions, provisions used during exploration have their own associated time cost. Our Pyro Lancer Yurik is hurting a bit after that last encounter. We should use a potion to restore his health. That actually makes the most sense. Small healing potion, boom, on him, and now he's back to full HP. Very nice. Okay, so we're not going to scout too much. Okay, maybe we should have scouted there. Oh well, never mind. During the deployment phase, you're able to reposition your party ahead of combat. So you can click the left mouse button to do that, however you so desire. Alright, so we do have the pugilists. These are skeletons. Okay, so this might be rough. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to do here, to be honest. I think generally we can only place them up here. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, so let's place them roundabout like that. I think that seems pretty good to me, and I actually have no idea where to go. I think maybe what we should do is wait for them around here. So let's just wait. Because we have a pit right here. Wooden planks are fine to walk on, but can break if someone is knocked into them. So generally, I think it's a good idea for us to wait here at the moment. There we go, a little bit of damage being taken right there, but that shouldn't be too bad for us to sustain, if I can speak. And let me see now. Okay, what do we have here? Return to Cinder. Yeah, so we can obviously do that. I think we might... Is he going to come around this way? Going to put a trap there. And we're going to use... probably use Conduit on the... Can we use it on the archer? No, we can't use it on the archer. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to move forward, then use Conduit. Can I not use it on that guy? No, I can't. So let's use it on this Risen Warrior right here. And we're going to wait yet again. And then we're going to do some... Wow, it really... This thing is literally so weak. In comparison to the bandits, this is really, really weak. I don't even know whether I should even bother using that, to be honest. Okay, I'm just going to move over here and do some damage to this guy. Shall we do Fists of Fury? Boom. That actually dealt some pretty good damage, to be honest. That was pretty nice. Look at that Conduit going off right there too. Some enemies have passive abilities. These undead skeletons are able to reanimate after being defeated. To prevent them from reanimating, we'll need to target and destroy the pile of bones. Okay, there we go. There's the pile of bones. Destroyed. That guy is now moving around, so yeah, that was actually hilarious. I thought to myself he couldn't get by the obstacle down here. Of course he couldn't. Of course. Okay, so let's move here. And then we're going to do... Can we do an AoE damage ability, or can I just attack it? Oh, that was some nice damage right there, too. Okay. So we're just going to move here, do some regular damage on this guy if we can. And now these guys, we're just going to be using a Crescent Kick. That's going to do AoE damage, as you see right there, too. I kind of know about monks. I mean, generally, the Pugilist has a lot of monk-style abilities. And generally, in other games, monks have these kinds of moves, so I'm kind of a bit more used to it. All right, so we're just gonna wait here for some time. The archer is probably going to shoot someone. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, no problem at all there. And we can now just do some damage. Oh, we missed! Oh, are you serious right now? I can't believe we missed that. Okay, so then we just have to deal with the bones. Can we actually deal with the... Are you serious right now? Okay, I can't actually get to that point. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so there are pieces of the ceiling actually dropping down on various locations as well, so that's actually kind of significant. Alright, there we go. Finish it off. And there we have it. Okay, a Traveler's Staff. Is this actually much better than what we have? I have no idea. I guess I'm just going to loot everything, and then we'll go onto our provisions screen right here, and we're going to be using a healing potion on our pugilist. It doesn't seem like I can even do that. Where is my... There we go. There is the gear. Oh, okay, so gear actually does come with a durability rating as well. With enough use, gear will eventually break and turn into scrap. If an item loses all durability while on a weapon, it will not break until the mission is complete. Ah, okay, so that's actually quite nice, because that means that even if your weapon breaks or something like that, you're not going to have to worry about it until the mission is over. So that's actually kind of nice. Anyway, he already has a Traveler's Staff equipped, but that just means that he has a replacement weapon whenever he needs it. So that's actually quite nice. Anyway, there we go. Let's move on. What's this? You signal a halt as a faint and okay, let me just read that again properly. You signal a halt as a faint and distant rumbling becomes audible, steadily growing louder and closer with each passing moment. You look up, noticing cracks forming in the ceiling as small rocks break off and fall to the floor around you. Yurik bumps against you and tugs at your arm, urging you to run. It's a cave-in, we need to move. Breaking into stride behind the rest of the party, you steal a glance back to see the corridor collapsing in a cascade of falling stone. You cross the threshold into another chamber, diving to the ground as the path behind is quickly closed off by the crumbling structure. A cloud of dirt and dust obscures your vision, but the rumbling and crashing comes to a halt as the last few pieces fall. Everyone okay? You look around as the dust settles. Aside from a few coughing fits, everyone seems to be unscathed. What the hell was that? An earthquake? Might have been. All those grave robbers try to force their way into some place they shouldn't. Yurik inspects the caved-in passage, lightly kicking at some rubble on the ground. Regardless, we'll have to find another way out. What of the others, and the supplies we're supposed to locate? Yurik places a reassuring hand on Clodomir's shoulder. Vaughn and them were on the other side of the crypt. I suspect they're fine, or at least I hope. Our priority is to find them. Hopefully they've already retrieved the supplies we could do with a little luck. Alright. Let's, can we scout ahead here? Okay, nothing much this way. What is this way, though? This way is completely blocked off. Ah, we'll need to look for another way around. Okay, good to know. This is also completely blocked off, but we can now go this way, I suppose. Or not? Even the bravest soldier is not immune to traumatic events. It will take a while to forget this one. Increased post-mission fatigue. What? What happened? As you explore the application of various time modifiers will present new challenges for you to overcome. With each time modifier applied, your party will slowly become unnerved and suffer a small loss to morale. Due to these factors, it's important to be efficient and spend your time wisely. You can see which modifiers are currently active next to the time meter in the bottom right. Okay, so where can I actually go now? Because I don't think I'm able to go this way. Your path is blocked. Steps forward and climbs atop to gauge the severity. Okay. It's not so bad. I can see a clear path ahead. Just need to move enough of this rubble so we can squeeze through. He turns, looking to address you. Any ideas? Alright, so let's blast a hole with magic. Hand Yurik a shovel. Hand Yurik a shovel, I suppose. With an affirming nod, Yurik grasps the shovel and begins to dig, soon clearing a path just wide enough for everyone to fit through. Your party crawls through the gap in the rubble and comes out the other side, sliding down the pile and back onto solid ground. You see the flickering light of a torch being cast into the room from a connecting hall, illuminating more of your surroundings as it nears. Your party forms up, preparing for combat as the flame's bearer rounds the corner. Easy now, it's just me. I thought this whole damned place was going to come down on top of us. The structure groans and rumbles for a moment, and he glances around with some concern. It might yet. Yurik motions back, toward the collapse. The whole section is caved in. We'll need to find a new way out of here once we're done. I figured as much. Torrin and the others are already set to finding one. I take it you haven't found the supplies yet either. Yurik slowly shakes his head. Unfortunately not. Let's hope they're not buried in stone. Regroup with Torrin and secure an exit. Van will find you when the job's done. Sure thing, boss. He quickly scans your surroundings and leans in close, his expression turning deadly serious. There's something else. All that commotion has disturbed the dead within these walls. We've already put down a few of the bastards, but you'd best stay alert for more. Thanks for the warning. Alright, so I'm going to scout out a little bit more here, just in case. Aha, there is an attack going on there. So let's move this way. Now, we can technically camp here. I'm actually wondering whether we should. During longer missions, you can make camp in order to rest your party and apply various bonuses. Camping does not cost time, and instead resets the meter to 0. So I should have done that before we had gained the harrowing experience debuff. That would have made the most sense. We should pick a spot that has fewer points of entry to lessen the chances of being set upon by enemies. Right, okay, so we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to go into this because we already know that there are enemies here. And they're just going to be regular skeletons, which are, of course, not as difficult as we previously thought. So let's just move our forces around about here, spread them out evenly. Gonna move my pugilist over here because I want to use line of sight to my advantage. Bear in mind, I have used a couple of charges of my abilities, so I might have some issues, but I think we'll be okay. How is he hitting me from around there? I thought this actually provided me with some kind of... Okay, never mind, never mind. I actually thought that would be cover, but apparently not. Maybe this gives me cover? I'm actually not entirely sure. Maybe I need to use something to do that? No, it doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it. Okay, well, whatever the case. Heal a single target. Well, that's obviously not going to really help me at the moment, so I'm probably just going to use some defense. That's going to increase my defense a little bit here. Oh, even more damage. Are you serious? My pugilist is getting absolutely murdered. Not exactly great, is it? Okay, Infernal Pillar deals 2 damage to 2 targets in a row. That could be really, really useful. I would like to be able to get over... Well, probably over here, I guess. And we might... unfortunately not able to use that here. I can use this, but this doesn't really do much. I guess I'm just going to use this and kill this guy real fast. Bear in mind, we still have to deal with his bones, which is obviously a big thing, but maybe the fire on the floor is going to do enough damage to eliminate him. Okay, so we're going to use Conduit. Can I not use Conduit from here? It doesn't seem like it. I can use Arc Lightning, but we're also out of range. I can use my regular attack, which I suppose is good enough. Okay, my pugilist can move. I guess we're going to move straight over there and just do Crescent Wave. I think that seems like a pretty fun idea. Let's do that. Oh, I see. It's a frontal. Oh, what? That guy just killed his friend to gain some HP. Well, that's not very nice of him, is it? Oh, well, they are skeletons, I suppose. Okay, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Yes, you can shoot the Pyro Lancer, that's absolutely fine. That's actually preferable, to be honest. Nice damage. And let's do some damage to this guy. Boom. Oh, we missed. Oh, okay, well, can't really do much about that. Let's move over here. Do Fists of Fury. Oh yeah, take him down. And then we're just going to move over here, eliminate these bones. And you know what? I should have actually used a healing ability right there with our Guardian. That would have made the most sense, because then we don't have to use a healing potion or a bandage or whatever. And yeah, that probably would have made more sense. Oh well, never mind. We can always camp here, I suppose, because we have eliminated... campsite risk is 30%. Oh, burn incense. Oh, we don't have any incense. Oh, okay. Okay, that actually makes sense. All right. You could say it makes incense. Yes. Urek runs their hand along a wall of interred dead, reading the inscription on each nameplate before moving on to the next. He stops at one, peering closer and double-checking the name before turning with relief in his voice. This is the one we were told to look for. Boss. About time. Let's hope the contents are still intact. Reaching with both arms into the dark recess, Urek firmly grabs hold of a coffin, its ancient and rotting wood creaking in protest. He gingerly slides the coffin partway out and pushes the lid aside, rummaging around briefly before pulling out the stashed pack with care. Taking a peek inside to confirm the contents, he walks over to you and hands off the bag. It's all there, no damage to the vials from what I can tell. What does our employer want with them anyway? Alaric interjects, eager to share his knowledge on the matter. This here is a cure for the blight, or at least it slows the process. The Vanguard keeps it tightly controlled, though, only treating those who pledge themselves to their order. As such, it's highly sought after on the black market, and it's why our employer is paying us so well. At least our efforts haven't been wasted. Let's regroup with Varn and hope they found us an exit. Alright. So we still cannot camp. Let's scout ahead, just in case. I'm being very, very cautious at the moment, and we are going to get another debuff. Injury prone. One misstep or lapse in judgment is all it takes to get seriously hurt around here. One can only concentrate on so many things. Your chance of incurring an injury has increased significantly. You hear a sudden movement in the darkness ahead, the sound of bones rattling and scraping along the stone floor. Bright green eyes turn toward you, and the undead being lets out a bone-chilling screech as it shuffles forward and into the light of your torches, moving faster than its size and awkward gait would suggest was possible. Let's fight. So it's a boss. In other words, it's a boss, right? Oh, it just seems like regular. It just seems like regular enemies. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. All right. Well, let me. Well, we've so far seen that these things in the middle here don't actually provide any kind of protection, which is actually kind of disconcerting. But I suppose that's fine. It's not a terribly big deal. All right. Can I use this to get over there? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, I'm just going to use defense. I should probably heal someone. I'm probably going to heal the pugilist in just a second. Who's this? Ah, that's the Risen General. Okay, so that is indeed the boss. Good to know. Let's heal the pugilist. There we go. He's back up to full HP. I'm going to be spamming heal quite a bit with the Guardian at the moment. I think that is probably preferable to anything else. Let's set a small trap there. And I'm going to do Conduit on this Risen Warrior. And then now that the pugilist is full HP, probably going to go over here, do some massive damage if I can. There we go, that guy got pushed back, fantastic, stopped him in his tracks. And we're going to be healing our Pyro Lancer right now. There we go, he's full HP too. And now he's going to be attacking the Risen Warrior. The Risen Warrior is now down, but he revives in one turn, so we should probably get someone over to him pretty quickly, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that just yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to put another trap around about here, or can I use something else? I could potentially attack here, take this guy out really fast. Or I could do some damage like so. Do some damage like so to the Risen General, I guess. And then we're going to attack here, take him out so he doesn't revive, and then we'll take him out so the pugilist is all good there. Hopefully, oh, he can attack from range. Okay, good work, sir. Okay, that was some decent damage, but not that bad. And then we can heal probably our Guardian, I guess. Yurik still has a decent amount of HP left, so we'll heal the Guardian if we can. There we go. Okay, that guy's going to revive in a second, so we're going to probably use another trap. If he's going to move closer to us, that is. He might not even move closer to us. And what is Arc Lightning? It doesn't seem to do much, and it just hits some of our people as well, so I'm just going to do a regular attack. The pugilist can finish off this guy. Now he criticals. Yes. Not particularly a good idea. Oh, Mind of a Matter. Oh, okay, so he's terrifying us. That's absolutely fine. Not a problem there. This guy's attacking Yurik. Once again, you can dispel negative conditions from your characters with cleansing abilities or by using an antidote item. Not all harmful effects can be cleansed, however, such as injuries or the flanked debuff. Okay, well, that doesn't really matter to me so much. Safeguard. Damage shield on herself and a target. Oh, that would have been really useful to use quite a bit of time ago, but I am a bit of an imbecile. And I generally don't read all of my abilities. I probably should do that, shouldn't I? Anyway, let me move back from here. And use defense. And we're just going to just do a regular attack, I suppose. And then we can probably just finish this guy off now. Yep, there we go. And he's going to revive in one turn, but that shouldn't be that big a deal. I think it should be okay for me to go over here. Oh, okay, so I actually do get hit by my own... Okay, that was actually a good test, to be honest. That was actually a good test, because you can get hit by your own abilities. Oh, nice to know. Anyway, it seems like everyone has leveled up. When a character gains enough experience, they will level up and receive attribute points and ability points. There are 6 attributes for you to put points into: physique, finesse, toughness, conviction, insight, and mind. Each one contributes differently to your character's combat statistics. Each class specializes in 2 attributes that increase their power. This is denoted by the bronze star next to the attribute. Ability points are used to upgrade or alter the effects of a character's abilities. By leveling up, you'll be able to unlock new abilities for each character. Each class has 6 abilities to unlock, though they can only equip 4 at a time. You're not required to spend your points right away, and you can access the level up screen later in the management menu. All abilities can be viewed, equipped, and upgraded by going to the abilities tab. Alright, so you can see here that we can now level up our pugilist, for example, and we're going to be going for some finesse right here. And yeah, I think that's probably pretty good because that increases our accuracy, critical chance, and evasion. And we can also increase our abilities. I think I would like to increase this. Ooh, if a killing blow is dealt on the first hit, strike an adjacent enemy. That sounds pretty fun, but I'm actually going to be taking dash range increase and potency because I want to increase the damage done by it. That sounds pretty fun to me. And then we're also going to be taking probably more... I'd like to take more mind, to be honest, with Clodomir. I think that's going to be real nice. And we're going to be going for Conduit here. I'd like to increase the range of Conduit, if at all possible. And we're going to be getting an additional charge for the ability as well. I think that's just way too powerful for us not to increase it in some way or another. And then we're going to be increasing critical damage and perception. No, we're going to be going for Conviction, I think, with Gisela right here, and we're going to be increasing her healing ability. Generate 2 radiant stacks. I don't actually know what that is. Yeah, I guess I'll do that, and we'll get an additional charge for it as well, because her being able to heal a massive amount is actually really, really useful. There we are. Okay, so we're done with the boss, and we can now find the exit, and that is all there is to it. However, that is going to be it for this episode. And if you'd like to check out the Iron Oath, there is a link in the description. Highly recommended if you're someone that's into turn-based tactical RPGs. And in my opinion, it's looking real fun, and it's still only in early access. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.